Are we live? Alright. Let me double check real quick and make sure we are live and going. Good afternoon, everybody. I am Blake Donahoe, and it'll be just me today. My other two co-hosts, unfortunately, were busy, respectively, and could not make it today. But I went ahead and I thought I would do the podcast so we could at least get an episode out every week. We did send out one on Tuesday, but that one was not as great, in my opinion. So, and we just talked. We were tired. We didn't have much to do, so we thought, why not do a podcast on Tuesday? So, anyways, getting into this, I just want to go ahead and throw out a disclaimer. Haters, you can hate. Like if you want to, if you're watching this and you want to talk trash about A&M, go ahead. This is my humble day. This is my gracious day. This is to where I can say, okay, A&M is not perfect. I've given. I want to give credit where credit is due, and yeah. So, anyways, I want to look at the top 10 worst games for A&M. This will be a short podcast today, but the worst games for A&M, when you look at it, maybe we didn't play well or just flat out got upset. So I want to look at this, and my number 10 is in 2016 we were ranked fourth. We were coming we we were coming off a loss to Bama. No, I take that back. We beat New Mexico State, but before that we had lost to Bama. It was our first loss of our season, and we had beaten Tennessee. So we are coming into this game 7-1 and ranked number 4. Okay, that's good. You lose to Bama while you're ranked 6, but it's Bama. Bama's Bama. They'll blow everybody out except Clemson. But anyways, so yeah, we come into this and then we play poorly. We trail for all of the game basically. I don't think we ever took a lead. Don't quote me on that, but yeah, it just did not go well. It went terrible. And next thing you know, we get upset, and we have never done good at we play in Davis Wade Stadium in Starkville, but I'll get to that later. I do want to go ahead and say that all of these are SEC games. I take that back, except one. So yeah, and the one SEC game, not the SEC game, the one non-conference game is ranked the first. So just to give you a little hint at what number one is. And then I want to go to number 9. You look at Ole Miss in 2016. Ironically enough, that was right after we had lost to Mississippi State and got upset. So yeah, alrighty. So we're still ranked. We're ranked number 8, and we get a home game against Ole Miss. So we go up 21-6, and they decide to, yeah, they're gonna score. So we'll score, making it 28-13, I believe. Then they decide they want to come all the way back, hit a game-winning field goal with 41 seconds, I believe, and we lose 29-28 at home. That was not a great game for us because we were number 8, and then yeah, we would end up losing to LSU and Kansas State. So that was not a good game. The Mississippi State game, yeah, you got upset, but the Ole Miss game was just flat out. That was not a good game. Then you look at number 8. This is in 2018. We were on the road against Auburn. Now, you're thinking, Blake, Auburn, 2018. Y'all should have easily beat them, or y'all could have beaten them. Colton Wells, welcome. Thank you, Colton. How much have I talked about Tennessee compared to A&M? Have I ever trash talked Tennessee? But I'm not saying you trash talk to me. But anyways, I want to look at number 8 when we played on the road against Auburn in 2018. We held them for a pretty. No, let me start here. Jordan-Hare Stadium is a very hard place to play. I will go ahead and say that. And so yeah, we go in there and we're keeping it close, battling back and forth. And at halftime, we go in the locker rooms up 17-14, and we get the ball back. Okay, that's good. So then we get the ball back, we drive down the field, and we score again. So, it's looking promising. We're up 24-14, and it's in about mid third quarter. So, yeah, it's looking promising. Then I think we just got gassed that day or something because we went into there and we lost 28-24. Auburn came back We tried to hold them off, but with a minute and 41 seconds left to go, Jarrett Stidham passed threw a touchdown pass to Seth Williams. Aggies could not respond, and we lost 28-24, which was our last loss of the season, but not a good loss. And then I want to look at number 7. It's when we were at home against Alabama. This was our 2015 season. We had gone 5-0, but this was our first true test. See, has Kevin Sumlin stepped it up, or are we still at the same? So we look at it, and 2015, we did not play well. We threw a pick six. It was just we ended up losing 41-23, and that starts where we keep losing. Hang on, let me pull up real quick and see who we lost to after that Alabama game. We would end up, if I can ever get this to load, we'd end up losing to hang on, yeah. We would end up losing to Ole Miss, which I'll get to later, and then Auburn. Then we would go down and, unfortunately, lose to LSU, and we'd lose to Louisville. So after that Alabama game, of the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, of the 7 games, 3 of those were losses. So still, we made it to a bowl game, but it was not where we wanted to be. Which then brings me to number 6, which is ironically the game after we played Bama. We were ranked number 15, I believe. So we were ranked 9th when we played Bama. So to drop 6, okay, you can come back from that. We went on the road to what's the Ole Miss stadium called? Oh well, I can't remember it. But anyways, we travel to Oxford and play at Ole Miss, and we just lose 20. We lose 23-3. We get blown out by a 24th ranked Ole Miss by 20. That was an awful game for us. And when you lose to Ole Miss by 20, that's saying something. But then again, they did beat Bama, but still, they were a good team. But I think A&M should have pulled it out and come closer. We just didn't play well that game. So then I want to look at number 5. We were on the road against Mississippi State, and this is we're coming off we're coming off an upset to Kentucky, and who else? South Carolina. We got on the road. We had a 3-game road stretch. We already played one of those at South Carolina, and we won. Then we come into Mississippi State, and they're a pretty tough team. The Cowbells. I'm surprised they don't have a rodeo there with all the cowbells they have. But anyways, so we come in there. We go back and forth. We get a touchdown, a field goal. They get a touchdown, so we go in 10-7 at halftime. Well, then we come out and we just didn't play well. Nick Fitzgerald was on fire. Threw a touchdown to go up 14-10. A&M comes back, kicks a field goal to put it within 1. Then it was all Mississippi State. They score, and it's 21-13. And on 4th and goal, Kellen Mond intends to throw a pass to Jay Sternberger, but unfortunately, that gets intercepted with about 2 minutes to go. So A&M can try to get the ball back, but Nick Fitzgerald goes down the field 76 yards for a touchdown, and Mississippi State would win that game 28-13, which was not a good game for us. And then we would go on to lose that Auburn game. So we did not do well on a road streak. So that was not a good game for us. I remember watching that game, and I was very frustrated because we had not lost in over a month, and those 2 losses we had coming into Mississippi State were to Clemson, and that game came down to the wire, and then to Alabama. So that was not a good game for us, and I think we kind of went downhill from there. But we ended up rebounding. But just for that game, we did not play well. Then I want to look at number 4. If Tasty Pop, did I see the top 25 coach? I did not. Well, I have not seen the top 25 coach rankings yet. I still need to look at it. I have seen a lot of way too early top 25s, and if I'm correct, A&M's around 10, 11, 12-ish, 13-ish. The lowest I've seen him ranked is 16. So hopefully, but that's for another episode. Back to what I was saying, though. At number 4, this happened. We were on the road against LSU in 2019. Tasty Poppy, if you're watching, this was an awful game. We lose 50-7, and we get blown out by 43 points to an amazing LSU team, not going to lie, but we should not have lost by that much. They just came Whoever is at A&M, Fisher, is ranked ninth. Oh, woohoo! I can go with 9. That's good. We just can't blow it this year. Anyways, as we go on the road, we go down 31-0 at halftime, and it did not help that we were down 21-0 in the first. Jeremy Pruitt is 21, Dan Moss 8. Oh, coach rankings, meaning like, oh, I thought that was like coach's poll. Oh, it's been a long day. No, I have not seen it, but still, I like Jimbo Fisher at 9. He's a good coach, but yeah, he's a good coach, and I think he turned this program in the right direction. I'm glad we got rid of Kevin Sumlin. But anyways, we can get yeah, LSU 50-7. Not a great game. It's a good thing we scored, but yeah, it was just flat out ugly. And then we want to get to number 3 when we play Auburn at home, 2019. I know a lot of people favored A&M to win this game, and then Auburn comes in with Bo Nix and decides they want to go up 21-3 in the third. So A&M tries to come back, but they could not pull it off. That was a game we wanted to win. We should have won, and I think if we had won that game, Jimbo would have a better season because then we would have only lost to Clemson, Georgia, LSU, and Alabama. So, but to lose to those 5 teams, that was not a good game. We needed to win that game, but we didn't, which is why it was not a great game for A&M. Then I want to come into number 2. We were on the road against Alabama in 2014, and let me pull up that game real quick. We had come off we had lost our past 2 games, lost on the road against Mississippi State. Then we had a home game against number 3 Ole Miss. Okay, so yeah, you lose to those teams. So what? Then you come into Bryant Denny. We were ranked 21st. So we're thinking, hey, we can pull off an upset or at least keep it close. If y'all won half the games you lost, oh, I agree. I totally agree, Colton. I highly agree. If we had won half the games we had lost, we would definitely be contenders. I think the 2018 season really threw us off because if we had beaten Mississippi State and if we'd have beaten Auburn, we would have been 7-2, and we would definitely have been contenders. Because if we won out the rest of the season with UAB, Ole Miss, and LSU, that would put us at 10-2 and possibly. Yeah, I totally agree. Same with Tennessee, but hey, when you lose Georgia State, just saying. Anyways, back to what I was saying. In 2014, we lost 59-0, and that was just an awful game. We were down 45-0 at halftime, and Alabama just steamrolled us. The Aggies had not been shut out since 2003, losing to Oklahoma 77-0. Oh, I should have put that on there. But anyway, yeah, that was just not a good game all around. So now I get to number 1, and this is kind of where I want to put my focus at for most of the game. I might go back and look at the others. Number 1, we were on the road against UC. And let me take a breath real quick. This was probably our worst game we had in a while. We were on the road against UCLA in 2017. We had a dominant first quarter going up 17-3. Then we put up 21 points in the second quarter going up 38-10 at halftime. Travion Williams was running all over the place, and it looked like we were just going to smother UCLA. So a couple of field goals later, there's 2 minutes and 7 seconds left in the third quarter. Josh Rosen runs in for a touchdown to make the game 44-17. So you think, okay, we kept, they score, well, it's not like we were going to keep that forever. Haha, your UCLA loss was worse than Tennessee Georgia State loss. Hey, at least we, oh, ouch. Only because of the lead you had. Okay, give us some credit. We lost our quarterback, and we had to send in our backup freshman, who it was probably his first game at A&M, considering this is a season opener. So yeah, try doing that, and then we'll see what happens. But we go on the road against UCLA, and Kellen. Hang on, I had a frog in my throat. So yeah, we go up 44-10, and it's looking very promising. Oh, excuse me, not Josh Rosen. It was Soso Jamabo who ran in. So, anyways. Also, I might want to add UCLA had a 72% chance to win that game, so A&M being up 34 really said something. But as always, Chosen Rosen decides to come in and throws an amazing 9-yard pass to and Tennessee has a starting quarterback who is speculated to have PTSD from all the hits he took in 2018. Would that quarterback be Jarrett Garantano, if I'm correct, or no? Anyways, it doesn't matter. You want to look at it, and then he makes an amazing. So we're down 20. We're up four. Excuse me. We're up 44-24, and Josh Rosen throws a 42-yard pass. It went through the hands of the A&M defender, and he caught it and scored, making it 44-31 with 8 minutes and 12 seconds left to go. So we go back and forth, and then for with 3 minutes and 10 seconds left to go, Josh Rosen passes a 16-yard pass to Theo Howard to make the game 44-38. A&M still has to hold on, but Kellen Mond gets sacked, which makes us punt again, giving UCLA back the ball. UCLA drives down the field, fakes the yes, and Tennessee has an 8-5 season with one junior and two freshmen rotating playing time. Just saying. Hey, we had. Anyways, Josh Rosen throws a fake spice pass to Jordan Lasley with 43 seconds, giving them the lead 45-44. That and Kellen Mond tries to cross it, but we get a turnover on downs, and UCLA ends up winning the game 45-44 by 1 point. A&M had just blown a 34-point lead on the road, which was on the road was pretty good to play at the Horseshoe in the Rose Bowl. So, but what that said, Kevin Sumlin, that is why Kevin Sumlin got fired. A&M should have won that game. We still, you got a backup quarterback, but you still have a defense, and that was just awful. But yeah, I think that's why Kevin Sumlin got fired. And we had Jimbo Fisher, and I think Jimbo's rebuilding our program really well. Year 3, we're just gonna have to see where we go with this. But yeah, those are my top 10 worst games of for in my opinion, what I think. Now there might be some in the Big 12. I know there are because in 2003 we lose to Oklahoma by 77. But I like to look at like the SEC games ever since we were in the SEC. Did we need to go to the SEC? I think yes. But anyways, that is going to do it for today's podcast. It's very, very short, but I didn't have that much material planned. Hopefully next week we can get you something with all three of us. We'll just have to see what happens. Anyways, I want to thank you so much for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe as always. The subscribe button is always right there, as Colton likes to say. Colton, if you're still watching, throw something in the chat. Like, are you going to be here next Friday? Is it looking like it? You think Texas? Alright, hang on. I want to touch up. I'll touch up on that for a minute. I think Colton Wells put. I think Texas should be in the SEC. No, that should not happen. I think Texas is good where they are. Win and lose, they can still improve in the Big 12. Now, what does bug me if Texas were in the SEC, A&M and Texas would play, and that really would want that to happen. There has been talk, but it doesn't look like Texas is going to get to play A&M anytime soon. So, anyways, with that, we are going to subscribe. It's the red button. Yes, I highly agree. But no, Texas should not be in the SEC. But with that, this will be the finish for today's podcast. Thank you for watching, whoever was. Like and subscribe and share, and we will see you next week.